back and reviewed the film from the game. What do you feel like you guys could have done better or different?
We just moving forward. That's what we're pretty much doing. Coach gave us that 24-hour grace period of, not letting what we did last week seep to the next week, good, bad, or indifferent, and that's what we're doing. We're getting ready for Philly.
How much different, Cam, is this Eagles defense from the one you faced last year?
Well, I believe they're better than they were last year. Just the depth that they have and, the explosiveness, on the defensive side of the football is something that we will have to tame. And, those guys get after the quarterback, get after the running game. And, those are all things that we try to pride ourselves on doing. And, it's going to be a great matchup.
Cam, as you get to this point in the season as a football team, how does a team go from being good this time of year to being great?
I feel like a lot of teams, with the microscope point of view, really focusing in each and every detail of what they do, rather than a telescope point of view. Everybody wants to make it to the Super Bowl. Everybody wants to make it to the playoffs. Everybody wants to win the division. But, we kind of got caught up in that last week. But, our thing is focusing and honing in on each and every game and play for what it's worth. And, we had our opportunities, but, this game is still that. We played them last year, played them pretty well, but it just came down to a couple plays, and we just had to protect the football. Last week wasn't any different. Everything that we pride ourselves on doing, we didn't do, and we just got to stay on top of that moving forward.
Cam Torrey, didn't go to him until the fourth quarter, but he's like he said, he's always a guy that's ready when you need him. What has he brought? We've seen the leadership and the talk about social media he does, but on the field, what does he bring to this group?
He's a pro. Yeah, it don't matter if we throw the ball or run the ball. We all have responsibilities to do. No one cares the play wasn't the right play call. No one cares my finger was hurt. No one cares my head was hurt. No one cares about certain things. No one cares that he didn't get any, passes thrown to him during the fourth quarter. This is a production-based league. This is a production-based society. So, when those opportunities came to him, he made the most of them. And we wouldn't have expected anything else from him because of his whole approach. It's just on us collectively that we just have to play better football from start to finish.
Ken, how would you assess kind of where the downfield passing game is at this point?
I don't know, and I don't care. My job is to execute the given game plan that Coach calls, and that's what I plan on keep doing.
That was a big part of your game as recently as a couple of years ago. I mean, you think you guys can still be successful with not having a bunch of those shots?
We aren't successful right now.
Sorry?
We aren't successful right now.
That's what I'm asking.
And I'm asking you.
I guess it depends on the measure we're talking about.
Listen, at the end of the day, we're not going to get no tit for tat or when we do certain things. We just want to execute. That's it. That's it. And when we get into the logistical things of football and what the defense is given and what they aren't, you just can't just go down and just chuck the football downfield and just expect, well, we didn't take shots in the game. That's not what good teams or offenses do. We don't let the defense dictate to us. We dictate to the defense. So that's been our approach, and for pretty much whatever Norv and his offensive staff calls, it's my job as a quarterback to execute it. And if I see anything otherwise, it's my job to make a proper audible, and if not, then run the play.
You talked to DJ after the game, and is it important to keep going his way to get it out of his mind?
Well, we good. We are good. Like, it's no need to, I don't know, these questions is just kind of rubbing me the wrong way. But, look, we are good. Ain't no need to, worry about whatever hasn't happened or what we need to do. We don't need to change nothing. We just need to kind of shore up some things. Everything was all good just a week ago, but now all of a sudden, we have one loss, or we have a loss that we know we're capable of winning the game, and then everybody wants to kind of, ask questions about deep passes, ask questions about, certain players. At the end of the day, it's still about the same things that we've been preaching from OTAs to training camp, preseason to now. We got to play Carolina Panther football, and that's protecting the football offensively, getting takeaways on defense, creating at least one or two, chunk play on special teams, and, getting the end zone, from my vantage point. Anything outside of that is irrelevant, and we just week 6, nobody has ever won a Super Bowl in week 6, and nor has lost the Super Bowl either. So, it's a marathon throughout this whole year, and we're still, have our running shoes on.
I guess I'll say you're an 8-year veteran. I mean, he's a rookie. I mean, you tell him to keep his head up, anything like that. Just anything you've given him advice on.
Well, I did kind of tell him that I'm kind of happy that it did happen to him, and the fact that it happened this early, because at his age, when you first come into the league, you're so numb or oblivious to what the league really is, from preparation to winning and losing to whatever. You're still so mesmerized off of, oh my God, like, my last name is on the back of an official NFL jersey. You know what I'm saying? So for him, whether he's been numb or he hasn't really realized it, and I'm not saying he has, but it's just the natural instinct just takes over because everybody's living their dream right now, and he's young enough to still kind of be in that maze, inside. But I'm happy that it did, because it kind of makes you cherish, winning and losing in this league. Not cherishing losing, but, you cherish, the wins when they come. No matter how great they are or how close they are, it doesn't matter. It's just something that, as a football player and as a football team, you really enjoy the wins because it's so hard to come by. And, just because you were good, just because this move has been working, just because you had a great week of practice doesn't ensure Sunday's success. And, he's a person that practices and does every single thing that coaches ask him to do and more. And he just got the bad luck of the draw. Hell, I mean, I fumbled. I threw an interception. But at the end of the day, you just got to learn to keep moving forward. And I think that's what he showed in the game. And I know that he's planning on doing the same thing moving forward.
On DJ, what were your kind of early impressions of him and sort of just how he carried himself around the building?
He's still learning. And he's a player that has so much upside, and we plan on trying to find ways to get him the football. Not only him, but Torrey, C-Mac, Greg, Fun, Bud, Janky, all of them. You know what I'm saying? And Kirko, if I haven't said his name, everybody is in a position to help this team. And nothing has altered us from changing our approach just because, we had a mishap on Sunday. And if anything, we're hungrier than ever just to prove to ourselves that we can't put ourselves in that position no more.
How about DJ off the field, just kind of how he presents himself?
He's quiet, but I know how to bring it out of certain people when I want to. So.
I understand you don't win a Super Bowl in Week 6, win a Super Bowl, lose it in Week 6. I think to Joe's point, though, right? You look across the league and you see offense numbers exploding. Do you ever look at what other offenses are doing?
I wonder if the win and losses are exploding. I don't care. I done seen quarterbacks have 100 yards, and they blow them out. I've seen quarterbacks have 500 yards, and they get blew out. So, I mean, who cares about stats? The most meaningful stat in all of sports is win and loss, straight up.
Yeah, and I
Is
think
that a mindset you've always had, or has that come with maturity and being a veteran?
Always. I mean, I've never played this game for individual accolades, for nothing. I just want to win. I want nothing more than to bring a Lombardi to Charlotte, North Carolina, to represent all Carolinas. You don't get there by saying, oh, I want another MVP. I want a player of the week. I want an NFC player of the week. You know what I'm saying? I want player of the year. Like, that's selfish of me. I just got to make sure that I'm my best self come Sunday that can potentially lead this team to winning a football game, and then all that other stuff is just all minutia, and that's just, you know, cherry on the top. So, you know, my mentality, as well as I know a lot of other people's mentality, is just winning. Like, nobody wants to be around losing, no matter how great your stats are. They don't care if you threw 16 touchdowns and you 0 for 4, 0 for 5. Who cares?
Yeah, I was just curious if you talked to DA. He's starting this week against the Colts.
I'm happy. I'm happy just off of, you know, knowing a personal friend and knowing that, you know, he's going to make it extremely exciting. I can't wait to see what he brings to the table. I know he's going to be prepared and ready, and, you know, wish him the best.
Talking to former Panthers quarterbacks, did you know Doug Peterson was technically the first Panthers quarterback in franchise history?
No. Shit. I don't know how that's important, but
It's a fun fact.
yeah, that's cool. But I don't think Doug care about us. Like, I shouldn't attack you like that. Let me ease up off you. But you know, it's cool. But I didn't know that.
And what's the quarterback's room been like without DA this year?
It's just been the same. For what I know, you know what I'm saying?
I didn't know if he brought a certain sense of humor or, you know, kind of wisdom. Or
Everybody's different.
Yeah.
Everybody's different. You know, yeah. Just, I think the hardest thing was just getting used to different personalities and different mentalities. But, you know, Heineken's been great. You know, he's just had this veteran approach and has been there, not only becoming a better player, but just becoming a better pro as you know, helping me if need be. I've been helping him, and that's how we have to approach things. You know, as far as all the coaches and stuff, that's probably other differences too. But, you know, you learn to bypass a lot and get used to certain things.